Pasta fans around the world unite. There's a podcast for you tonight with Gigi and Olivia, about to hit you with some penny trivia. So come on and listen in. We're talking about pasta again. It's the Pasta Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Pasta Podcast, where we talk about nothing but pasta. Today, we will not be talking about pasta. Today, we are going to be ranking the Disney villains. I, of course, am a pasta chef. My name is G. What's your name, pasta chef?
You didn't introduce me as a pasta chef. I'm Olivia. I'm also a pasta chef.
So today we're ranking the Disney villains.
That's right.
How are we ranking them again?
Okay, so I have an ad apparently. So S tier is they're extremely misunderstood. So they're not really a villain. They might have been painted out to be the villain, but really they're not in the wrong. They're just misunderstood. A is misunderstood. So that's just misunderstood. Like, they're trying to do something that seems like a good idea in the long run, but they're going about it the wrong way. Yeah. B is not terrible, not good. So they're not a bad guy, but they're also not a good guy. So kind of like in the middle, like kind of like neutral. C is really bad person. C, that means that they are a bad villain, and that's it. D is most disgusting person. So this is definitely a villain, definitely disgusting, and we hate them. We don't like them at all. So that's the tiers.
All right. Should we dive in?
Yes, I got many villains. So for the first villain, we have Maleficent.
Ooh. You know,
I have not seen Sleeping Beauty in a while, so you're going to have to carry this one.
See, I haven't seen Sleeping Beauty in a while either, but I will say Disney also made Maleficent, which is the movie of her origin story, and it changes.
And it kind of redeems her.
Yeah, it changes the story a little bit, it redeems her, because in that story, spoilers obviously, they change the story a little bit because she has a motive for cursing Aurora this time instead of just being evil. And she curses the baby because her father cut her wings off, so it's like a little revenge arc right there. And at the end of the movie, spoilers obviously, at the end of the movie, the reason that I think Maleficent should be at least an A tier, because she's misunderstood, is the prince kisses her, right? And it doesn't work because it's not true love's first kiss. And Maleficent's crying and she's like, oh my god, Aurora's dead, and she kisses her forehead and she tells her that she loves her, and then Aurora wakes up because it's motherly love. And I think that that's very sweet, and I think that she's misunderstood.
Just A or extremely misunderstood?
I don't know if it's extreme, because I still wouldn't go as far to say that you should curse a baby. You know? The baby didn't do anything to you. The father did.
True. I also have not seen the sequels. Have you seen the sequels?
I haven't. I've heard that they're like almost as good, so maybe I should.
All right. Well, Maleficent is going in A tier.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have the Evil Queen. She just doesn't she? Okay, so from my understanding is that she purely poisons Snow White because Snow White's prettier than her and she's jealous.
Yeah. I don't think that this one has any redemption arc that we could even conjure up.
No.
I think
should we just put her under a really bad person?
Yeah, the evil queen is just straight up like the reason her name is the evil queen is because that's the only defining personality she has. She's a
She
bad person.
literally is so jealous that she tries to kill a girl
She literally puts a
because
hit
she's
out on
prettier.
the girl and wants her heart back as a souvenir.
Like I'm
She
sorry,
can't
that's
even
bad.
she can't even trust her own huntsman to kill. I always
Yeah,
say
she's
if you're gonna put a hit out on somebody, make sure you trust that hitman.
bad. Yeah, she's going in really bad person because she's not like she didn't like
There's only one
do.
person she did this to, as far as we know.
Yeah,
So
as far as we know,
I wouldn't say that this was
she's just
comparable.
jealous.
Yeah. Jealousy is a disease.
And I hope you get well soon. Okay, Corella Duval. I think she's disgusting. I think her at all.
Here's the thing: is I did watch Cruella, and I did think that that was a really good movie. However, even though in that movie, if we were just talking that movie, I would say that she's misunderstood because there's a lot of stuff that happens to her in that movie. But I don't know how we go from that to I'm gonna kill other people's dogs, you know? Because they do like hint at it where people are like, "Oh my god, did you kill this dog?" But she's like, "Oh no, I didn't. It was just, you know, like fake fur or something." But it's kind of like, haha, one day it won't be. One day you'll want
Yeah,
real fur. Um,
I don't like her.
so I say, yeah, as far as the like original 101 Dalmatians, I'd say that she's an awful person because she doesn't get like a really bad person. I'd put her in, is it D tier?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd put her in
we
D
don't
tier.
have an F tier actually.
F tier to
I
me.
just realized that. There's no F tier. Um, yeah, I. You can. The thing is that with Maleficent's movie is that it can kind of work its way into the original, but with Cruella, it can't. It like shows what she was before that. I've never seen the movie, but I know that it just kind of shows what she was before that, and eventually she'll turn into that. So she's still, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you can start to see like the personality shift halfway through the movie and especially at the end, but I still don't I still feel like it didn't do her justice in the evil department because at the end I could see how she could maybe like be a little bit evil, but I don't understand how we got to this point, you know? Cuz at the end of that movie she has her own dogs. And she gives them the Pongo and I don't remember what the other dog's name is. She gives those in like the end credit scene. So I don't get how we got there, especially because if she wanted to use them for fur, she could have just kept those puppies instead of giving them
I
away.
don't, I don't like it. Anyways, she's disgusting, and I don't like her.
Yeah.
Um, Ursula. Um, I think that she's okay. This one is a little complicated because I think she's got great songs,
Poor
and I
Unfortunate
want to give her.
Souls absolutely slaps.
Oh yeah, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt because I know that like she's a sea witch and whatever, but she is kind of like trying to help out. What's her name? But she also just wants a man. Like, can
Yeah.
you blame her?
She's just another one of she's just like us, Olivia. She's an ugly plus size lady, and nobody will nobody will give her a chance. So she's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to shapeshift and change my entire personality and my voice just to get a man, and she just wants somebody to love. I feel like if we were gonna get any story that was like going to be her villain origin story, I do think it would have to be something similar to Maleficent, where like a man breaks her heart or something. But
I think she's in B tier.
yeah, I mean, listen, she doesn't actually kill anybody in the movie. I mean, she does mention that she's killed people.
And she does try.
Yeah, but like all she does is like steal her voice and then like steal her man. That's not technically illegal.
And she did give her what she wanted, and she let her walk on the land with her legs, and then Ariel was like, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, I do think that she did maybe try to kill her in this scene at the end of Poor Unfortunate Souls, where she immediately transforms her into human, because it's like, okay, lady, we're hundreds of feet below the sea. She doesn't know how to swim with these human legs. She's going to drown.
No. Ursula know, though.
She should know better.
No, she'd be like, oh yeah, they can hold their breath for a long time, I'm sure. I think she should go in B tier.
Okay.
Not terrible, not good.
Not terrible, not good. Sorry, Queen.
Well, she's a little bad. She's a very good, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Okay. I like how it's been mostly women so far. Is there any men?
What can we say?
Yo, speak of the devil, men are up next.
Yeah!
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook?
Captain Hook.
Okay, here's the thing. Have you ever heard of the hit movie Hook which stars Robin Williams as Peter Pan?
I do know about the movie. Have I seen it? No. I do know that you like it a lot.
I recommend it. It is a, like, rewatching it now, I think that it's really silly. It's not very well done. But I will say, it does kind of sympathize Captain Hook a little bit. But he does end up dying at the end of the movie. Well, dying in Disney terms. He gets eaten by, like, a fake crocodile. It's very poetic. But he's just kind of a silly guy in that movie. He's a silly little guy that maybe tries to kill a child, but, you know, he's silly.
I did want to say, I can sympathize with him a little bit, because, okay, I know he's, like, not a good guy, but Peter Pan drives him absolutely bonkers, and if Peter Pan was doing that to me, I'd want to kill him too.
Yeah.
Like, drives him absolutely nuts. So, I don't know. I think he's a little bit misunderstood.
Peter Pan is an instigator.
Oh, I do want to say, have you ever seen Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy?
I don't think I have.
That is Captain Hook's origin.
Yo.
Mm-hmm. And he is played by Tom Hiddleston, I believe.
Yo.
I know. And he does try to steal all the pixie dust from the Pixie Hollow tree. And he just wants it so that his ship can fly.
He's so much like...
Which he will get eventually.
He's so much like me. That's exactly what I would do if I was him.
I do think he's a little misunderstood.
I think that he's misunderstood. I'm gonna be honest. I think that we should put him in A tier.
I think we should. I think he belongs in A tier too. Because honestly, if I had a preteen boy tormenting me all the time, I would want to kill him too. Also, I would so want to make my ship fly. Who wouldn't?
Like, could you imagine getting arrested for that? Sir, why did you steal the magic fairy dust? I wanted my ship to fly.
He's like, we could travel everywhere. And I'm like, dude, wait until you figure out about planes.
Yo. Should we tell him? No.
This next guy, rewatching Aladdin does make me think this guy's not so good. Jafar. So he does try to take over the whole city, which, I mean, the whole city is whatever. And then he tries to take over the whole world. And then he tries to get with a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
So
see, I think that the other two, you could be like, you could argue like, okay, well, he's looking for power, like, I get that, you know. Maybe we shouldn't be flirting with a 14-year-old girl and then force her to fall in love with you. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we could just not add that to the movie.
Well, no, not even that. He enslaves her and forces her to marry him so he can become the Sultan or whatever. So, I want to put him in D.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's not a good guy. He does kind of slay though with his turban and with his cape and his shoulder pads.
Honestly, if he didn't do that weird stuff with Jasmine, I might put him in like the not good, not bad. Because he does kind of slay.
He does kind of slay his little beard.
He uses his little staff to like mind trick the Sultan and be like,
Yeah.
you will let me do this, and he will be like, yes, I will.
Also, the Sultan is such a pushover. Like,
Yeah. You must marry a prince. Shut up. You old fucking man. You don't know anything about love.
okay, shall we move on?
We shall.
We're getting through this quick. All right. Gaston.
Ooh. Okay. Well.
Or Faustus, as my mom would call him.
I have a theory about Gaston. And my theory is that, and I choose to believe it, to make myself feel better. My theory is that he is definitely gay and he's just hiding by flirting with all of these women. And that's why he hyperfixates on Belle specifically, because all of these other women are throwing themselves at him and he's not doing anything about it. He's not even fucking around on the side. He's just like hyperfixated on Belle, a woman who has repeatedly told him that she doesn't like him and she will never go out with him. And I feel like him and his friend got a thing going, you know?
Who, LeFou or LeFou?
Yeah, LeFou. They've just
we know that LeFou definitely is a thing for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So with that in mind, to be fair to him, he also like tries to kill what he thinks is an animal. And I can sympathize a little bit, because if you were told in real life that a man transforms into a beast, you would be a little concerned too. Would I go and fight it and try to kill it? No. Especially if it's like not doing anything. But like, I get how you could feel threatened by it, I guess. Do I think he's a good person? No. I think that I think that I would put him in the C tier. I don't remember what that one is titled. Because I don't think he's a super bad person. I don't think that he's like beyond saving. I think that if somebody sat him down and said, hey, we don't kill people. We don't kill things just because they're different, then maybe he could be saved and he could be in like B tier or something. But
you forget, he's a man. He doesn't listen to reason. That's why.
If another man of higher power told him that, then maybe.
No, maybe. But the thing is that I don't sympathize with him at all. If I figured out that a guy turned into a beast, I would be like, that's, you mean a furry? Or I would be like, that sucks. And then I would move on. Like, I would not, I mean, you know me. I would not go killing an animal in any circumstances. I don't get why this guy would go killing an animal to please some girl when that girl clearly likes the animal. Yeah. That's not how things work.
I mean, I think that it's bad, definitely, but I think that we forget that real men do go hunting all the time, and he is from a time where that is very normalized. So
real men. Anyways, yes, he is probably good. And he does have a good song.
Not Kill the Beast, though. Kill the Beast is like the worst song.
That's not a good song. Thing. Yeah.
I don't even know how they did that.
No, me neither. The next one up on our list is Hades.
Ooh, you know
from
what?
Hercules.
You know what? Already I'm putting him in the highest tier. Listen, I know.
Misunderstood.
I know that people are gonna disagree with this, and I know that you probably disagree with this at least a little bit. But hear me out.
Forget Hercules.
Hear me out. Okay, well, I'm thinking like Roman mythology. It's Roman, right? Hades, like,
think it's wrong.
Hades wasn't really a bad guy until he was like, they were like, you're different. You can't be an heir to the throne of the Roman gods or something like that. They were like, we're gonna put you guys in charge of the sea and the earth, and then you, what do I get? Do I get heaven? No, you get hell.
He's Greek.
I would be mad too. I don't think that he has good morals, obviously. I think that his time in hell has very much warped his morals, because he does, I think, doesn't he tell his little guys to go and kill Hercules, but they can't do it, so they like give him to a human family. I think I remember that happening, because that's how he got to the human family. So he does think that he's killing a child, and he doesn't seem to have any problem with that. But hear me out. I think that he's a little bit misunderstood.
Sure. I mean, I haven't watched Hercules in a very long time, but I do remember thinking that he is a very silly guy. Who says silly things, and for that reason, I would put him in the A tier.
Yeah, I think A tier's good.
He's just misunderstood. Not too misunderstood, because he has done some crappy things.
I mean,
unlike he does have a weird thing with Meg going.
Yeah, well, unlike his father and some of his siblings, he hasn't like forcibly forced himself onto a woman before. So no. I'd say he's at least a little bit better than them.
He's done the bare minimum, Gigi.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one, we are going back into the female section, or drag queen, however you want to see this. Queen of Hearts.
Oh, I think
she does like to chop people's heads off.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I know that she's like, I think she's supposed to have like a villain origin story that's like in development or something to make her more sympathetic, but that doesn't excuse chopping people's heads off when they say something you don't like. And also, I hate royalty. So I think
she's D tier.
Yeah, I go at least C tier, if not D tier, because I don't think that there's any way that you could excuse that.
Yeah, no.
Because if the Cruella movie couldn't make it work, this one can't make it work.
No, and I mean, I think all the renditions I've seen of her, she's been bad, if not worse than the original one. So I don't think she's a good person. I don't think Disney's even trying to make her a good person. If they're creating an origin story to make you sympathize with her, I think that's in poor taste. And it's kind of giving me the same vibes as the Joker movie. Which they indeed do try to make you sympathize with a serial killer. So, I want to put her in D tier.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I hate royalty.
Yeah, let's not try to sympathize royalty who decide that they want to chop people's heads off because they're wearing the same outfit as them or whatever. I don't even remember what, like, her reasoning for any of the... I
haven't seen Alice in Wonderland in so long.
I haven't either. Also, I don't know if it's just you, but when I watch Alice in Wonderland, I really do feel like I'm in a fever dream, and I know that that's kind of the point, but I have no idea what's going on, and that's not good for a movie, you know?
I like Alice in Wonderland. I do want to eat the food in it, those cookies. Ever since I was little, I've wanted to try one of those cookies. They look so good.
I want a little cookie that makes me little.
Do they get a skinny cookie? I will take that. Do they have a mentally healthy pill or a cookie? I would take that. Gigi would be munching on those like crazy.
I would get an entire pack of them, and I would be like, you know what? If I blend all of these cookies up, and then I add milk, and I make it into a milkshake, I can chug it, and I'll be mentally healthy.
Forever. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
So our next one, we have Scar from The Lion King. I've not seen The Lion King in a very long time, so we're gonna have... I haven't seen a lot of these in a long time, but I can remember most of them pretty well. The Lion King, all I remember is the dad dies and the lion becomes king.
Well, okay. I don't remember if Scar gets a reason for killing his brother other than wanting the throne. Like, I don't know if something happened. I don't remember. But I think killing your brother pretty much seals the deal for me. Especially when you're killing your brother for whatever, like, reason, and then also you're making sure that you're trying to make sure that his child doesn't inherit the throne. That's a little bit too far, I think. I mean, if you were like a good uncle, I feel like you'd be like, hey, listen, kid, what if I'm the king for like a little bit, and then when I die, you take over? I feel like if you were nice enough, you could make that work, and you didn't have to kill anybody.
I don't know. Simba does sing a whole song about how excited he is. I don't think he would give that up.
He just can't wait to be king.
No, he can't. And also, I think it's funny because lions aren't even the king of anything.
Yeah.
It's the tigers that are the king of the jungle.
He should have taken it up with the tigers.
Should we put him in D tier? Irredeemable, really disgusting person.
Irredeemable and also stupid as hell, because why would that help? You killed your brother, now what? You gotta kill the kid too. You're not out of the woods yet.
He's not a negotiator. This next one is a little... Okay, Cinderella's stepmother.
Okay, well, hear me out. She doesn't kill anyone. She does force... Well, I don't remember if she endorses this, but she does force one of her stepdaughters that's not Cinderella, or daughters that's not Cinderella, to like cut off part of their toes so that they can fit in the shoe. But I don't think that that's nearly as bad as some of the villains we have on here. She's just an awful, emotionally abusive mother.
Yeah, I think she's just, just not a good mom. Yeah. And I know that, this is kind of where the stereotype of all stepmothers are bad came from. So she did kind of start that, which is not good, because there's a lot of great stepmothers out there.
Yeah.
I don't have one, but I'm sure there's great ones. Yeah, I mean, she does, like, ruin Cinderella's dress that she does take a very long time to make. Yeah. And personally, if somebody did that to me, I would never speak with them again. But also, compared to all these other villains, she's not that bad.
I mean,
she could have 3 words.
Compared to all of the other villains, she's not, but I will say that it seems wrong to put her into the not bad, not good category, because emotional abuse is also wrong. So I feel like maybe we put her into...
All these are emotionally abusive.
We put her into the bad person. Because I wouldn't... If I was emotionally abused and then I heard us say that the evil stepmother who emotionally abuses Cinderella on the daily was in the not good, not bad territory, I wouldn't agree.
But these are all emotionally abusive people.
I understand that most of them are like murderers or attempted murderers, but still, it's not good. It's like voting for president. Just because one of them hasn't done a really bad thing, the other one's also done some other really bad things.
See, but I don't know. I would still put her in B tier, because honestly, if I had like an emotionally abusive mother, I probably wouldn't want to speak with them ever again. And that's how I would feel. I wouldn't yeah, sure, like she's a bad person. But she didn't kill her. But she didn't try.
The bar is in hell.
Well, it's fine. Just keep her in C tier, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, I've reached my image limit. Hold on. I need to save and reload it.
And now a break for our sponsor.
Nope, I'm all set.
We don't have a sponsor.
Okay, next one is Mother Gothel.
Oh. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. She kind of slays. She kind of slays, but she's
D tier.
She's not a good person.
She literally steals a family's daughter so that she can live forever.
And also, like, is like, hey, I'm gonna kill this man unless you stay with me forever. And let me keep you. But
he does
we'll say giant lesbian crush on whoever edited her, because like her animation, she is so sexy. But bad. I would not actually, but because she's an animated character, I'm allowed to say that she's sexy. I'm glad that she's dead though.
She's hot, but that's it.
She's hot. D. That's all we got going for her.
D. Okay. Oogie Boogie. I think he's misunderstood.
I've still never seen that movie, so.
So, basically, shoot. He doesn't even do anything directly. He just like lurks in the shadows, and they're like, "Oh, don't go to Oogie Boogie. He's scary." He does have a very like he's got like this little casino type of thing in his like lair. That's like gambler? Oh yeah, he's got a huge song about gambling, Gigi, and it's a great song, and I recommend you listen to it. But I think he's more just sort of, I don't think he's misunderstood, but I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's a good person, because obviously if you throw something in his way, he's going to do something bad with it. But just don't do that. He literally keeps to himself in his little lair. He doesn't go out. He has like henchmen that do his bidding for him. He doesn't go out. So I think don't give him Santa. Don't give him Santa. Because they give him Santa, and that's a mistake. Don't give him Santa. He also, like, he captures Sally, and Jack has to, like, break her out. So, but that's also because, shoot, I forget how the movie goes. I watched the movie so much. Don't put stuff in front of him, and he won't do anything. So, I want to put him in the B tier, personally, for Boogie. But also, literally, he just sits there. Like, he doesn't cause any mischief until something happens, so.
It's everybody else's fault.
Yeah, literally, just stop throwing stuff in his face and he won't mess with it.
Alright, well, I
That's my rant about Oogie Boogie.
You could have told me that he was, like, a great person, and I would have just been like, okay.
Okay, our next one is, and I really don't think I've seen this movie since I was like a little kid, but see if I can remember his name. King Henry from Robin Hood.
Ooh, I don't think I've seen that since I was like a very little child.
If you don't know anything about him, I'll take him off the list, because I only put him on there because I thought you might know something.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay. King Henry's off the list. Sorry, King Henry. I'm sure you're a bad guy because you are a monarch.
Yeah, probably.
Where the heck did my add photo button go? There it is. Okay. The next one we have, I really hope I say this right. Yzma.
Yzma? Oh my god.
Yzma?
Okay.
From Emperor's New Groove.
Hear me out. She gets S tier. And this is why, okay? She tries to kill one person. And you know who that is? The Emperor. She's trying to take down the monarchy. And I like that. I like that from her. Even in the I did watch Crunk's New Groove. She's got like a little shady, scammy business in that one. where she takes all the old people's money, but they're old people, so I don't really care. If it was like everybody else, I would be like, oh, that's bad. But they're old people. She's scamming and killing everybody that I don't like. So, I don't think there's a big problem. Also, she, like, even though she could kill like Kronk for accidentally making the Emperor a llama, she doesn't. She just gets mad at him like a normal person. So she's not actually like a evil murderer. She just wanted to kill one person and it didn't work out, and she was like, we gotta fix it. She wasn't like, Kronk, I swear to God, I'm gonna poison you too. She was just like, oh, Kronk. Why would you do that? I also
do think she is redeemed by having Kronk as her silly sidekick, because he is very silly.
He always pulls the wrong lever. And I like that.
I need to rewatch that movie. That movie's so silly.
It's so silly.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
Especially in like the little, I don't know if you remember the scene with the map, but they go on a map and they're like, how did we get here before Kronk or how did Kronk and Yzma get here before us? And then they're like, oh, because we used a map, we had one of those map scenes where we went on the map so that we didn't actually have to do any of the traveling. Breaking the fourth wall for those 3-year-olds watching the movie.
Travel by map. Yeah, I like it. All right, so she's an A tier?
Yes.
Okay, we have no one in S so far, by the way. Nobody's extremely misunderstood.
Well, they're villains, so...
Yeah, true. Okay, we get a bad one.
Oh.
I forget his name. Wait, let me look it up. Hold on. I just know he's really bad.
I'm imagining one person, and if I'm right...
Claude Frollo.
Oh.
From The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'd say at least D. No. Yeah, D.
I would put him lower if I could. I hate him.
Yeah, because
he fetishizes the Romani culture. He wants to date a really young girl, which is gross. He raises Quasimodo to think he's disgusting and ugly and deformed, so nobody will love him. I can't. No.
Yeah, there's no like. He doesn't even just mention like, hey, I like pasta. Like, there's nothing that can make me like him.
There's nothing redeeming.
There's no redeeming qualities. And also, even when he's like sexualizing the Romani people in that movie, his like song about it, he like blames everybody else for the feelings he's having. It's like, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to blame people because you're horny. That's your fault.
It's just nasty. It's so gross, and I don't like it.
Yeah, why did they put that in a kid's movie?
Why did they put any of that in the kids' movie? It's literally like, they should rewrite that movie. That movie's...
I don't think that they should rewrite it, because if they rewrite it, A, we're gonna get all the mad white people that are like, they should have left it the way that it was. And B, they're still gonna keep some of that, like, awful things, like the way that they talk about Romani people in there. That's still gonna be written in there, and it's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be like, well, real racists would call them that word, and then you're gonna be like, okay, but you had creative liberty. You still had to type the word. You could have just not had them know that was the word or something.
Yeah. We should just delete that movie.
Yeah. How about we just don't write movies about people who we don't have like experience with.
I also feel emotionally attached to Quasimodo. So, I feel like he's me.
Yeah.
Not in the deformed state, and I mean...
Is he gonna go on your list? They're so me.
I just love him. He's just so nice. He's a really nice guy.
He is.
Sings a nice song.
He's just
anyways,
like, wow, that Romani woman is pretty. That's cool.
No, he's like, oh, I want her, but she doesn't want me because I'm ugly.
Yeah.
So he is so mean. Anyways, next one is Hans.
Okay.
And Gigi does have a rant, so.
I did have a rant, and the reason I had a rant was because I was thinking that we were gonna rate based off of like their matches with, like their protagonists, because I thought that that could be interesting. But I will say that Hans is a pretty bad person. I don't think that he's bad. I think I would put him in the not good, not bad category for this purpose, because he doesn't really actively try to kill anybody except for Anna at the end. I don't know. His motives are really weird. He is not a well-written villain. However, his match with Anna, that was probably the best person they could have matched him up with to be the protagonist to his antagonist. Because she is just so stupid. I'm sorry, Anna. You were just so stupid. And he's just like an awful villain. And she's like a very stupid and naive person. And they match up so well because he feeds off of her need to like have connection. And she's just like, oh my god, somebody loves me. And he's like, oh my god, this is going to be so easy. I'm just going to get in the royal family. So I think they're a good match for protagonist and antagonist, but he's a not a good guy. But I do think that there's like something to be said about the fact that he doesn't let Elsa get shot by that guy, because there's that scene in the castle where they like raid the castle, and Hans is like, Elsa, you don't have to do this. You don't have to kill this man. And then somebody's like pointing their crossbow at him. And then he like pushes them out of the way so that they don't shoot Elsa, which could have been really easy for him. I don't know why he didn't do that, because if somebody else takes credit for killing her, Anna becomes the queen, he becomes the king. But he doesn't let that happen. So that means that he's, got a little bit of, I have no idea. I think the way they wrote him was really confusing, because I have absolutely no idea where he lands, because there are things that are good about him like that, and then he just leaves Anna for dead.
Can I say that I don't like Hans. I didn't like him from the start. I thought I vibed weird with him. I disliked him before he was a twist villain. Also, I think it's really, really cruel that he left Olaf to melt.
Yeah.
So I want to put him in the C tier.
Okay.
I gotta rewatch that movie. That's a banging movie.
Yeah. I think that people are more off-put by that movie because of the popular song and because of Hans. But they're not seeing the rest of the movie. I'm sorry, the song takes 3 minutes. Hans is in the movie for like he is consistently in the movie. I will give you that.
Mm.
Like, there is more to the movie's like plot than Hans. So it's
I
not
like Olaf. I love Olaf. Olaf is the best. I love him. He's so happy. And then at the end, it always makes me tear up a little bit when he says sometimes some people are worth melting for. Anyways, next one is kind of a joke. Next one is kind of a joke. This is kind of an ongoing joke between me and my brother. You'll understand it, of course, but the grandmother from Encanto, let's be real, she's the villain here because she's manipulating Mirabel.
Oh my god. Unpopular opinion, I hate Abuela. Listen, I know that we get like the flashback, and I know like her husband dies and everything, and it's so sad and like heart-wrenching, and that's an awful thing to happen. But if that happens to me, some awful things have happened to me. I've never grown up and been like, I'm going to get mad at people for having fun, because that's what she does. She, like, after Isabella and Mirabel like make up and they have fun and she gets her dress a little bit dirty, she's like, oh my god, you got dirty, you can't do that. They're teenagers. They're allowed to have fun. Also, like, it's not like they had guests over.
Yeah, the main reason is that Okay, so there's like a thing where I guess people think Bruno's the villain, which he's clearly not. Like, he never did anything wrong. Ever.
He's made to be like the kind of villain in the beginning before you really know him, but then you meet him and you're like, he's not the villain.
Literally having dinner with rats. Like, how could you hate that guy?
Yeah.
He's making his own telenovelas, Gigi. And he's literally never been the bad guy. All he does is tell people what they don't want to hear. And they asked him in the first place. And then they were like, why did you tell me that? And he was like, sorry, you asked.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about the fact that in the We Don't Talk About Bruno song, the people who, like the townspeople who tell them, Mirabelle what their predictions were, and how they were right. One guy's like, he told me my fish would die, and the next day it died. I'm guessing that that Bruno just looked at the fish and went, that fish is turning on its side. It's gonna die soon. And then one guy was like, he told me I would get fat. And then I'm assuming that maybe Bruno was like, you were eating a lot of food that day. Okay. And
you know what?
The other guy's like, he told me I would have like a bald head. And that could be easily spotted by anybody that notices your receding hairline. So I don't think he used his powers for any of those things, is what I'm saying.
Even so, I do think that, like, when I heard that song the first time, I was like, it's just a little bit strange to me, because they obviously asked, and he told them, and, like, I remember, like, I forget where it is, but he said the thing about, how, like, something at their wedding day, like, she just looked, like, nervous or something, and he told her that she looked nervous. And she's the one who caused the hurricane because she got even more nervous from him saying that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But Bruno's not part of this. The Abuela, so I'm going to put her in B. Yes, I am actually putting her in the list because I think she's a villain. She's a manipulator. She does redeem herself at the end, which is fine. But she manipulates people, and that's not good.
Yeah. Also, you shouldn't be so chill about your child, Bruno, just like not being around.
Yeah,
I don't be concerned at least.
I don't like that. And also, she forces everybody to like discard Bruno, so I don't like that. Our next villain is Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog.
Ooh.
He does have a banging song.
I do know that song, like, very, like, a little bit of it. And I know that because as soon as you said his name, I heard it in my head. I haven't seen The Princess and the Frog since probably the year that it was released. I don't think I've seen it that many times.
I will walk you through this one.
Yeah.
Because I love Princess and the Frog. It's like one of my favorite Disney movies. But basically, it's kind of hard to tell because, I mean, he's just like a voodoo guy and he just wants in on like the good life and stuff. He doesn't kill anybody. He does just kind of force Naveen to be a frog forever, which honestly does not sound like a bad life to me.
Honestly,
especially if you're gonna be a frog with your girl, like you and your girl as frogs.
Is he taking requests? Because
like, what more could you want? Like you and your girl being frogs for the rest of their life, and then they like accept that. They're like, yeah, sure. So he does turn Naveen into a frog. He does turn the other guy into Naveen. Doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah. Also, like,
I would put him in B.
Yeah. He doesn't kill people. He's got friends on the other side. He doesn't need that.
No,
like,
yeah.
I'm very familiar. I'm very familiar with people who are dead, but I'm familiar with people.
I know some guys.
Too. He's just like me.
But I would never do that. Does he? I think he steps on what's his name? What's his name? The Firefly? Shoot.
I don't remember his name. Oh,
Why do I forget the Firefly's name? He's like one of the best.
Because he's one of the best characters.
I love that movie. That's a banging movie.
I really need to watch it.
Ray. I think he steps on Ray.
Yeah.
And putting him a tier below.
Okay.
That's unforgivable.
Unforgivable. We were all rooting for you.
Okay, next one is Tamatoa from Moana.
Unpopular opinion S tier. He literally all he does is he's shiny and he likes collecting things. He does he jokes about eating Moana, but he doesn't actually do it, and also he doesn't seem like he's going to.
Also, he's a crab.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, but crabs do not eat humans.
But also, I think that even if he does eat her, he's a crab. Therefore, he doesn't know any better. He's eating the moving thing.
Also, he's a silly little guy. You know what? In that scene where he picks up Moana, and then he's like, "Hello, I am Tamatoa, and I am a crab." And she's just going like this between his eyes, and he's just like, "Just pick one eye."
He is a silly guy. I personally, not my favorite song. My brother and my mom love that song. So, I'll put him in S tier. He's never done anything wrong.
Yeah. He just likes power and he wants to be shiny. He's just like all of us. Except he's a crab. Also, he was right in the end credits scene. If he was a Jamaican crab named Sebastian, we would all be rooting for him.
Okay. You ready for our next one?
I'm ready.
Okay. We have Shan Yu from Mulan, which is the leader of the Huns.
I don't think I've seen Mulan in a really long time.
The Huns are bad people.
No, I mean, I got that.
Well, this is known from history, but also, this guy, I mean, he kind of has any villain motive. He wants to take over the world. Well, in this case, China. He wants to take over China.
Is that all he specifically? I thought you were putting him on the list not because he was the leader, but also because he did something personal.
Well, I mean, he's just a bad guy in general. He wants to take over China and he'll do whatever he can. And he kills a bunch of people.
Okay.
But he doesn't directly go after, he does go after Mulan, but purely because she's fighting him. So,
yeah.
C tier?
Sure.
Mulan's a great movie. I love Mulan. I like the live action too. I know a lot of people didn't like the live action, but I think it's because they don't know how those sort of Chinese movies are filmed. My mom, huge fan of Chinese films, so she went into that with a lot of hope. And I don't think she liked it, actually. But, actually, no, she got bored. She just got bored with it. But I liked it. I thought it was done pretty well.
Yeah.
I think the main reason people didn't like it was because Mushu wasn't in it. And I was like, whatever.
To be fair, Mushu is I do remember his character being very fun. But that's as a kid, and in retrospect, as an adult, having a character that's a Chinese dragon that's named Mushu, just for comic relief is maybe not the best move we could have made. We could have done something a little bit more realistic.
Tasteful.
For a
realistic, but more better taste. Yeah, something better taste.
I don't know what kind of specific pets they keep in China. She could have just had a dog or something.
Yeah. She did have a dog.
She did? Yo.
Yeah. She had a dog and a cricket. The dog is very funny. He's like a little pug.
Oh, yeah, I remember him now.
He wasn't in a big part of the movie, but he wasn't enough for me to remember him. And she does have the horse. And she does have Shang.
Her other pet.
Gigi, I have always been attracted to Shang.
Olivia, everybody has.
I just want you to know that. I think it's funny how it's slowly gotten darker in my room, and now I'm just like engulfed in the darkness. Hold on.
That would have happened to me too, but I turned on my lamp before we started so that it wouldn't happen.
Okay, the next one is Shere Khan. Now, I have not seen The Jungle Book since I was little. I did want to put Shere Khan in here because my mom does like this character. Purely because Shere Khan is a tiger, and my mom just likes tigers. And I think it's funny because Shere Khan itself, I'm pretty sure means king tiger. So, I do want to literally, I do not remember what Shere Khan does that is so bad. I can only imagine it is something to do with being a tiger. So, I do, for that reason, I do want to put him in S tier. Number one.
He is a tiger. So
He is a tiger. And because a tiger's gonna do what a tiger's gonna do.
I mean,
need I say less?
It's like getting mad at a hungry dog for eating food.
What does Shere Khan? He vowed to kill any human that steps foot in the jungle. So honestly, not that bad. Like, I would too if I was a tiger.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, like animals or humans shouldn't be in the jungle anyway. It belongs to animals.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing to say?
No, it's not a bad thing to say.
I think he should be in the S tier.
S tier. Now we have two people.
I love you, Shere Khan. Yeah, 2 people at S tier. Can you believe it? 2 creatures.
Yeah.
All right. Our next, we only have a few more. Our next one is a little bit of a joke. Not really. Actually, it's quite serious. The government in Zootopia.
Oh. Well, okay. So, racism isn't good. I just want to preface this by saying racism isn't good. I can maybe understand being bigoted in a sense where those people were becoming rabid. But the other types of racism, like, Officer Hops not becoming an officer, like a real one, because she was a bunny, that's racist. And I know that was the point of Zootopia, was to show like a real government and how like they were basically being like, racism is bad, and we were like, we know, but you don't have to tell us, the audience, who have no power over the government. You could just tell the government that. But I do not think that the government is anywhere near good for that, because they could have handled it so many better ways, even with like the rabid people or the rabid animals. They could have just like, they could have like developed a vaccine or something to make them calm down instead of like actively go after them, which seems aggressive, because if they're being rabid and you're being aggressive back, isn't that you being rabid back? But yeah,
I think that's the point.
I don't think that us 2 white people should be talking about the government in Zootopia, though, because
I would put really bad person.
We have no personal experience with this type of stuff.
We've never experienced the government before.
I really haven't. I don't do my own taxes.
I'm putting it in C.
Okay.
Or should I put it worse? Take it off. I kind of just put it there as like a little joke. Okay,
Unrated.
I have Honest John from Pinocchio.
Who is that?
It's the guy that gets Pinocchio into a world of trouble.
How old is he?
I don't know. He's a fox.
Well, then he's a fox. Foxes are always like that. I don't know.
I think he's in B tier. I think he's fine.
He's fine.
He just gets Pinocchio turned into a donkey.
Also, Pinocchio's father didn't teach him right from wrong. That's his fault.
Yeah, true.
The father should be on trial here.
That's what he's got the nose for.
Yeah.
Dang it. I've reached my image limit again. I've got one more.
R.I.P.
It's okay. What?
R.I.P. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
Okay, our last one. Pete.
Who?
Pete. You know, Mickey Mouse Pete.
Oh, that Pete.
I can't see him.
Yeah,
Mickey Mouse Pete.
No, I saw. You know, I've seen him in like maybe 1 or 2 movies. I don't think I remember what he did in like the show. But he just seems like he's just kind of a grumpy guy. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. I don't remember if he did anything. But it doesn't seem like he actually did anything that's like rude.
I do remember in the Three Musketeers that they kind of work for him. And he's not a very good employer, but also...
But he is paying them, so it's not that bad, right?
I don't know. But I think that Pete is a silly guy. I remember in Steamboat Willie that Pete kind of does get mad at him for, like, doing his job. But, I don't know. I'd say he's misunderstood. Because I think Pete is a silly guy. And he means well.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I think that works.
All right. Well, that is it.
Oh, it is? Wow.
It is. Would you like me to go over the tiers?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, in S tier, we have extremely misunderstood villains. We have Tamatoa from Moana, and we have Shere Khan from Jungle Book. A tier is just misunderstood. And it's Maleficent, Captain Hook, Hades, Yzma, and Pete. B is not terrible but not good category. We have Ursula, Oogie Boogie, Abuela from Encanto, and Honest John from Pinocchio. C, really bad person. We have the evil queen, Gaston, the stepmom from Cinderella, Prince Hans, Dr. Facilier, and I forget his name, but the Hun guy from Mulan. And then we have D, in most disgusting person. We got Cruella, Jafar, Queen of Hearts, Scar, Mother Gothel, and Claude something from Hunchback of Notre Dame. And that's it.
Wow. We did it.
We did it. That's bad.
You gotta be good for your accomplishments in life. You gotta reward yourself for them. So that's it. I was trying to end on like a more positive note to be like, hey, be kind to yourself, love yourself, all that stuff. But I don't know how to tell myself that, so I don't know how to tell other people that. You're a good person, probably.
Shall I take us out?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, Pasta Fam. We love you. We miss you. We hope you have some good pasta soon. And good night. See you soon.
Take it out, Kyle.
Pasta la vista, I wouldn't wanna be you, so I'll see you to split, selling tiny elephant. It's about the time, oh, rigatoni rhino. The world of pasta so fast, but it's the end of the cat.